Okay, so this is the Gummy Bear Osmosis Lab. So what we're doing is we're investigating how the size of the cell, represented by a gummy bear, will change in different types of solutions. Here are materials. Here is the procedure. And then this is going to be our data table, which I should have posted for you. Okay, so the first step is we are going to measure the length and the width and the mass of a gummy bear. So I have a ruler here and my gummy bear. And so see if you can determine the length of the gummy bear with the ruler that I have here. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can determine that for yourself. Okay, so what I have here is around 2 centimeters. Now it says millimeter here, but that is referring to these smaller lines in between the larger ones that are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So, but these numbers here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, going all the way up to 30, those are centimeters. And so it's about 2 centimeters in length. Now we're going to measure the width. So I'd say, well, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can determine it for yourself. But the width changes throughout the gummy bear, so let's go ahead and just measure it at its widest. So probably 1 centimeter would be a good guess. Okay. Now the next step that we have to do is we actually have to take the mass of the gummy bear. And so we're going to use a triple beam balance to do that. So I'm going to take this gummy bear over here and set it down on the balance. There we go. All right. So as we can see, it's definitely not zeroed out. So let's go ahead and just not. Oh, okay. We're getting close. So close, just a little bit more. So go ahead and see if you can determine the mass in grams of the gummy bear. So that's what it looks like here. Go ahead and pause the video. It looks to me like it's about 3.6 grams. All right, so we're gonna take our gummy bear. We're gonna go back over here. Now we have 3 gummy bears here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting them into different solutions. So the procedure, and hopefully you have a copy of this, says that 1 beaker is going to be filled with distilled water. 1 beaker is going to be filled with salt water, and the other beaker is going to have nothing in it but the gummy bear. So I'm using these little cups as beakers, and I have some water here, and we'll put some water in there. And that's just the regular water, so just tap water. And I've put my gummy bear in there. We'll put that out of the way. Now, beaker number 2, or B, I guess, needs to have salt water in it. So I have some salt here and just my plain tap water in this glass beaker. So I'm just gonna pour salt into here, like so. Then I have a little plastic spoon here, and I'm just going to stir it until that salt dissolves. Now what I'm doing here is I'm making a solution. Let me know, or just think about this, I guess. If I'm making this solution, what's the solute and what's the solvent in this solution? Okay, that looks pretty dissolved. Yeah, okay. So, I've dissolved some salt into the water. Now I'm gonna put this into my second little beaker or cup, and I'll fill it about the same amount that I did the first one, A. And I'm gonna take my second gummy bear, and I'm gonna put it in there, like so. So now I have 2 beakers with gummy bears. Okay, now for C, we're just going to put that gummy bear into the beaker. So there's going to be no water, no salt water, just a gummy bear in a cup, in a beaker. Okay. So, now I have my 3 little beakers here, regular tap water, salt water, and nothing. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let these sit for 24 hours, and we're going to then, after 24 hours, take them out of their solutions, and we're gonna measure them just like we just did to see what happens. Do they stay the same size? Do they grow? Do they shrink? What effect does water, salt water, and just plain old air have on our gummy bear? Okay, so at this point, you should have the initial length for each gummy bear filled out, the initial mass, and the initial width in centimeters. You should have that filled out on your data chart, and then tomorrow we'll measure them again and see what happens.